Alrighty, and right back to it, to the 89 draft. Real quick, I'm not even gonna tell y'all to subscribe or nothing. Um, if you want to use my draft classes, don't know how to find them quicker, down in the description below is all of my PSNs with which draft classes are on which PSNs. So you can either go to here and search online and type in my name, or type in the name of the draft classes with the exact name and my class will pop up, as well as a list of all the players in the description below as well, and a link to the playlist with all of these videos. So all the draft classes, it's gonna have all the rosters, and then yeah, so let's get into it. 1989. Do not believe I have anything extra. Do believe everything is right. So let's get straight into it. You can see we have a kind of a lower draft class per se, but not too bad. So yeah, first up is Tim Hardaway. Of course, legendary point guard. Not a top 20, but like definitely a good point guard. I'll just say his peak. I'll just say their peaks, what they could reach for each one. That way, y'all know, at least for like the main players. So Tim Hardaway is an 80 overall. He'll peak at like a 90 if you're lucky. Sherman Douglas is in the same boat, I believe. He'll peak at like an 83. Even though he's the quote second best player in this draft, he did have, in my opinion, the second best rookie season here. You could argue Glenn Rice, but argue a brick wall. Glenn Rice, you can see, I only have him with 4 badges. Glenn Rice didn't have a phenomenal rookie season, but it wasn't bad. His peak is 90 as well. J.R. Reed, here you see 10 badges. He was pretty good. He will peak around an 82. Pooh Richardson here. He is also, arguably pretty good. He will also peak at around an 81. Vlade Divac here. He is a pretty good center. He will have the chance to peak at an 87. Purvis Ellison has a chance to peak at an 82. Stacey King has the chance of peaking at an 80. Sean Kemp is, I believe, a 92. Then we have Sean Elliott here, who can peak at an 87. A lot of the better players are a little bit lower overalls. Cliff Robinson, always a pretty good pickup. He can peak at an 86. Dino, he can peak at an 87. Nick Anderson here, he can peak at an 86. And unless 2K can change it, Mookie Blaylock here. We got Blue Edwards, Danny Ferry, BJ Armstrong, Paul Graham. Fun fact, if you didn't know, we got Danny's brother, Bob Ferry Jr., in a previous draft class. So specifically the 1985 draft class. So you might be able to have both Ferries on the team. Might be something to look out for. We got Dana Barros, Ed Horton, Scott Hafner, Terry Davis, Todd Litchie, Randy White, George McLeod, Byron Dinkins, Jay Edwards, Ferdinando Gentile, Tom Hammonds, Jaren Jackson. For Ferdinando, I will say, so for these foreign players, I didn't know ball like that, right? So he will peak at like an 80, and he was actually a pretty good player, especially in the Euro League. So it's something to look out for. There is a bunch of foreign players in these draft classes now that are pretty good. Anyways, Jaren Jackson Sr., but in this universe, he's still just Jaren Jackson. Eric Johnson, this is Vinnie Johnson's brother. Mike Higgins, Dyron Nix, Stanley Brundy, Junie Lewis, Haywood Workman, Michael Ansley, Doug West, Kenny Payne, Chucky Brown, Scooter Berry. Y'all can already know that's Rick Barry's kid. Steve Bucknall, Gundas Vetra, Howard Wright, Brian Quinnett, Doug Roth, Pat Durham, Mel McCants, Ricky Blanton, Anthony Cook, and it's Johnny Furphy's face scan. So yeah, we to be honest, for this one, I used someone else's. Like, I found Ricky Blanton, I didn't make him, and this is what they had, so I kind of just kept it. Anthony Cook, Jeff Sanders, Stan Kimbrough, Adrian Caldwell, John Morton's here, Chris Childs, Kenny Battle, Leonard Copeland, Roy Marble, who, funny enough, I think he actually has a decent peak as well. But I'm not too certain on that. We got Jeff Martin, Jay Taylor, Leonard Taylor, Michael Cutright, Charles Smith, Clifford Lett, Mike Morrison, Jeff Hodge, Tony Mack, Frank Cornett. This is Luke Cornett's father, Reggie Turner, Reggie Cross, Greg Grant, Jeff Lebo, Michael Smith, Gary Leonard, Thomas Jordan, Byron Urban, and to round it off, our signature, Ryan the Bot. If y'all see anything in these draft classes wrong, if I have someone's college wrong, do keep in mind when putting these in. Sometimes when I'm putting these in, 2K will change the FIBA teams to random, or they'll change the ages, and sometimes I will miss them. Usually I check the ages, but sometimes I'll miss the FIBA teams. So if they don't have a FIBA team, apologies. It's just for whatever reason, when I export a player and then import, 2K either sets their age back one year or takes away the FIBA teams. I don't know why. They just do. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. We gotta go to the 1990 draft next. But as always, leave a comment on the video, like, subscribe if you haven't already, share it with a friend. Don't forget to hype the video up if you haven't. A lot of our videos have been getting hyped up pretty good. We've reached top like 50 on almost every video plus. So yeah, hype is pretty good. I appreciate all y'all for the love and support. We are trying to make this a career, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. It's me, your boy Trilly. Peace out.